overwhelming urge to spend most of my days smoking and engaging in solitary activities. This has resulted in me frequently missing work or skipping important events. The physical sensations I experience during masturbation have also led to some noticeable changes, particularly in the area around my clitoris. This has been an ongoing issue for the past 3 months. A traumatic event from my past continues to weigh heavily on me. A past relationship took a toll on my mental health, and the memories of that time are still hazy. However, one thing is clear: my sex drive was severely suppressed during the relationship. The only memories I have from that period are fragmented and difficult to recall. In an attempt to break free from this emotional numbness, I've attempted to connect with others. I've had brief encounters with 2 individuals, hoping to find some sense of satisfaction or fulfillment. Unfortunately, these experiences left me feeling unfulfilled and disconnected. TLDR. The user is struggling with depression and a lack of sex drive following a traumatic event and a change AITA for opting out of my best friend's wedding because they didn't invite my GF. Fake names. My 28M childhood best friend Brad, 28M, is getting married in late May to Vicky, 26F. A week ago, on Easter, I received his wedding invite which only listed my name but not my GF. The exclusion of my partner from my childhood friend's wedding. My name is Ryan, 28M, and I've known my childhood friend, Eric, 28M, since high school. We were close friends with a mutual friend, Alex, 28F. Over the years, Alex and I have maintained a long-term relationship, and we've been together for 6 years. We plan to get engaged and married once we're financially stable. Recently, Eric invited me to his wedding to his fiancée, Emma, 26F. However, I was surprised to see that Alex's name was not mentioned on the invitation. I asked Eric about it, and he explained that Emma is strict about some rules and has enforced a no ring, no guest policy for the wedding. According to Eric, since Alex is just a girlfriend and not yet engaged, she wasn't invited. I reminded Eric that Alex and I have been together longer than he and Emma, and she is also his friend, not just my partner. Eric told me that he knows this but was unable to change Emma's mind. I decided to attend the wedding, but things took a turn when I spoke with Emma on the phone. She apologized for making me uncomfortable but insisted that the rules are AITA for refusing to pay a dime for the medical bills of the teenager I technically hit with my car. Last year, I was driving home from work on a 4-lane road that had a divider in the middle. It's dangerous to cross against the light because the speed limit is 45, but peak. Am I the asshole, AITA, for refusing to contribute financially to the medical expenses of the teenager I was involved in an accident with? Last year, I was driving home from work on a busy 4-lane road with a divider separating the traffic. It's a hazardous area as drivers often disobey traffic signals by crossing against the light. I observed a group of teenagers waiting on the divider to cross the road, assuming they were waiting for the light to change before proceeding. However, they didn't, and one of them stepped directly in front of my vehicle. Despite slamming on the brakes, I was unable to swerve due to the presence of other cars in the adjacent lane. The teenager suffered serious injuries but thankfully survived. As of my last update, he has regained full mobility, but continues to struggle with cognitive issues. Initially, I felt immense guilt over the accident, and I spent several months in therapy to cope with my emotions. Nevertheless, the incident was not my fault, as I was obeying all traffic laws and was physically unable to stop in time. The laws of physics clearly demonstrate this, and multiple lawsuits filed by the teenager's parents against me were ultimately dismissed due to lack of evidence. However, the parents are now facing significant financial struggles to AITA for not telling a friend of mine what my girlfriend does for fun and letting him make an ass of himself at a party. If I were a shallow person, I would say I hit the jackpot. I 100% hit the jackpot, but not for the reason you might think. I met a young woman, Claire, through. Was I the asshole for not letting a friend of mine in on a secret about my girlfriend, causing him to make an embarrassing scene at a party? If I'm being completely honest, I feel like I won the lottery, but not for the reason you might think. I met an incredible woman, Claire, through my sister last year. They've been close friends since college, and I was immediately drawn to her beauty. However, I tried to play it cool and avoid coming on too strong. I asked her about her profession after graduating, and she gave me a curious look before telling me about her work in a medical-related field. I was genuinely interested in what she had to say, and my dad even teased me for not asking her out. Fast forward to January when my sister called me, suggesting I reach out to Claire and ask her out. She warned me that I'd need all the help I could get. We started talking, and I was blown away by Claire's intelligence, drive, and ambition. She's a bright and ambitious individual who has a clear vision for her future. I jokingly mentioned wanting to be a part of it, and she revealed that my sister had already given her a good impression of me. We went on several AITA for ruining my friend's vacation. I, F38, just got back from a vacation with two of my longtime friends, Kate, F40, and Mary, F38. I've known them both since university, and we've always been close. The three of us had been planning this Bali trip for a few months. The fallout after a vacation with friends I, F38, have recently returned from a trip to Bali with my longtime friends, Kate, F40, and Mary, F38. The three of us, along with our spouses and children, had been planning this getaway for months. To save on costs, we decided to split the expense of a 4-bedroom villa 3 ways. Initially, everything seemed to be going smoothly. My husband, Jake, M45, and I arrived in Bali a day before the rest of the group. Upon settling into the villa, we chose our rooms, with our friends opting for the ones with en-suite bathrooms. Throughout the trip, Jake and I engaged in some activities designed for couples, while also spending time with Kate, Mary, and their families when schedules permitted. I tried to be accommodating by arranging massages for my friends to help them unwind. However, I felt a bit uneasy when they would comment on my occasional cocktails or wine consumption, suggesting I was drinking too much. Considering we were on vacation and our husbands were also drinking, I didn't think this was a significant issue. On the final evening, Jake and I planned to spend some time with the guys, and Kate and Mary said they would TIFU by buying an engagement ring. Unfortunately for me, this happened about an hour ago. So my girlfriend and I have been talking for a while about getting married. We both want it, and are excited to spend forever with each other. Until today, so we had been quite open in TH. I just pulled off a masterfully terrible plan, and I'm still reeling from the fallout. My girlfriend and I have been discussing our future together, and we're both on the same page. We want to spend the rest of our lives with each other. Well, that's what I thought, until today. We've been shopping for an engagement